The following is a production of cprundown.com. The views and opinions expressed by the host of this podcast are those of the individual and not of any affiliated companies. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rundown on Fun, a weekly podcast covering the Cedar Fair Entertainment Company, the amusement industry, and the business of fun. Here are your hosts, Carsten Anderson, Evan Schultz, and Kyle Booth.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Rundown on Fun, a weekly podcast where we cover Six Flags, Cedar Point, and everything to do with fun. And let's just roll right into it, because we have a lot to talk about this week.
We sure do. Before I say anything, I'm happy to say that I finally got some upgraded headphones. Like, the guys have seen me on the cam before, and I also got a new webcam too. Shout out to Black Friday. But I finally don't have like some goofy headphones that are like from wish.com, and I can actually hear you guys and stuff and everything. But anyway, speaking of getting into it, so I was able to go over to Sandusky and go over to Battery Park and take a peek and see what was going on with my, Evan knows, my binoculars that I like to I think I bought 4 or 5 different binoculars. I think I found like a pair I do like. Evan, you are muted, by the way. But it is very interesting. I really quickly, it was like a 45 to 50 degree day. You could see that they were actually working on painting Millennium Force. And I was actually kind of surprised by that. They literally are on the hill. They had the funicular on the hill and stuff and everything, and they were doing their own thing, and they were going at it. You know, I posted a few zoomed in shots because I don't have a really cool. I need to bring out my DSL camera one. It was a spur of the moment that I was going to be in Sandusky, but I need to take some high res photos. But anyway, you can see that the painting is continuing to go on at Cedar Point with Millennium Force. It's nice to see that they're still working continually, you know, in like the actual winter and everything. And then real quick, I didn't get to see a whole lot. I mean, I saw a few cranes and things like that for Siren's Curse. Obviously we have not gotten any kind of update or anything from the park or anything for that, and stuff, which is kind of a bummer. But I mean, it is what it is. And we will be getting an update next week or whatever, because I will be at the GOCC holiday party this coming Saturday. And I hope to be able to see whatever Cedar Point has to entail and stuff and everything. So, but I pretty much, that's all I got, guys. Feel free to chime in if you'd like.
That's all the stuff that isn't Grinch related. So
let me just say that my Grinch is really Grinchy.
Are you mean to the parks this year?
The parks and maybe the Six Flags chain. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I wonder if anybody did either of you guys last year say King Ka? Because I didn't.
I don't think anybody did. That was completely out of the blue, you know.
Crazy.
Like, it was insane. But Evan, well, we were talking before we chatted or started this chat, and you were like, "Oh yeah, I have a lot of Grinches, and I'm not sharing any of them. So why don't you start us off, and then Kyle, you go, and then we'll just keep going in rapid fire."
Yeah. So really quick, so y'all remember. So what we decided last week, kind of spur of the moment, was that each of us were just going to pick 10 random parks from Six Flags and Cedar Fair because, well, there's a lot of parks, and if we each had one pick for each park, it would be a very, 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 very long recording. So we each just picked 10 parks on our own. We don't know what each other pick. Not that it really matters. I'm sure all 3 of us will do Cedar Point.
Yeah.
But I didn't really know what to pick because I had ideas for all of them. So I literally at GPT and said, "Hey, name me 10 different random Cedar Fair and Six Flags parks," and it did.
So I did not do that. I had trouble trying to pick out what I was wanting to do.
Do I want to do Worlds of Fun or Doherty Park? I don't know.
Yeah. No, so, that's smart. That's really smart.
Well, so it mostly picked Cedar Fair parks.
Nice.
I got 8 Cedar Fair parks and 2 Six Flags parks, but
I
it's
think
fine.
I have a mix between, I think, 5 and 5. I could be wrong on the number, but yeah, I'm close.
Well, I'm just going to get the basic one out of the way and do Cedar Point.
Okay.
And I think we've probably mentioned this before, but I'm saying Thunder Canyon because it seems like a precedent that Cedar Fair parks are getting rid of water rides for good, or just getting rid of them in favor for like bigger and better newer water rides. See Carowinds getting a splash battle. So I think Thunder Canyon's next to go along, since Snake River's already gone, and we'll go from there.
Okay, I'm sad, but I mean, hey, that's got a lot of real estate for sure.
I guess I should also say, when I say Thunder Canyon, I should also say Cornstalkers.
Well, bye, I guess.
down another haunted trail.
Right. Hey, you know what? They've got plenty of space and plenty of things to do for that. Kyle, what do you got?
I'm picking Six Flags Great Adventure for my first park.
Oh man, that park hasn't been heard enough.
Yeah, I'm picking Six Flags Great Adventure, and I'm getting rid of Skull Mountain, their indoor coaster.
Oh no!
What?
Yep.
Oh
no!
Yep, by Skull Mountain.
Wow.
I love that ride.
Yep.
Okay.
That ride is so stupid, but it's so fun.
Boy, you're gonna lose out on like 6 coasters. They're gonna have 10 coasters by the time Kyle's done. Interesting. I am gonna go with. I'm gonna say that this is gonna be the very last year for California Great America, and also the very last year that Six Flags will have corporate rights and even acknowledge that park, Frontier City. I think those 2 parks will meet their demise at the end of 2025.
So we counting that as just one, like just
Yes.
2 parks closing.
Yeah, because we're trying to, because there was quote unquote, they were quoted, in the conference or in the press release of the quarter release or whatever, and they were like, yeah, we might close some parks, and that just kind of was like, you know what? I think we're gonna finally pull the Band-Aid on, Great America, and unfortunately Frontier City, since that's, so that's mine.
Yeah, that's just a weird. Frontier City is such a weird park. It was weird when Six Flags even rebought it. Did they have it? No, Darien Lake was the one they had and then got rid of and got it.
Crazy money. Maybe it does. Who knows? Be interesting.
I doubt it.
Anywho.
All right, are we going back to me?
Yeah, let's just keep going around in a circle.
All right, I'm gonna go to King's Dominion now.
Ooh.
And this one's kind of lame, but I think it kind of makes sense with what they're doing. I'm going to get rid of their Scrambler ride, which is over there in Jungle Expedition. I don't know what they call it now. It's like Arachnia or something. It's themed to a spider. It's themed to a spider. I think they're going to get rid of that. And obviously that fits in with the Jungle Expedition, keeps expanding. So,
yeah, and that's a chunk of land. That could be even a brand new Zamperla ride or something, a flat ride or whatever. That
we'll get to that. We'll get to that next week if ChatGPT picks King's Dominion. We'll get to that.
I love it. Kyle, what do you got?
So for my next park, I am going to Carowinds, and Carowinds is going to be losing Carolina Cyclone.
Ooh.
Yep.
Wow.
You're coming out firing.
Dang, I thought mine were fire, and Kyle's just, he always comes in with the fire. He's got like just a grenade launcher. Just boom, 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 boom.
Six Flags Great Adventure, that one was just to be funny because they've been getting screwed this year. But Carolina Cyclone, like, I know those old aero rides, like, they're built to last and they're heavy duty and durable, but that thing's old and ridership has to be declining on it and maintenance costs have to be climbing. I'm getting rid of Carolina Cyclone.
All right.
I
respect it.
Fair. I will go to Cedar Point for Cedar, quote unquote Cedar Fair Park. I think I maybe said that last year. I'm not 100% sure. Kitty Kingdom's going bye-byes.
Ooh.
Yep.
I don't know if you said it on this show, but I think you've mentioned it like in the podcast before.
Yeah, I think the park has 3 kid areas, and I feel like Kings Island is more of like that's their go-to is like the kid area and things like that. So Cedar Point could be like, hey, you know what? We've got boom boom. Let's get rid of that. And then I don't know what I'm going to next week, as in for the Santa. But if I were to get rid of Kitty Kingdom, I would definitely put like a really cool family coaster there. So
Yeah, I think was it years ago there was rumors that there would be a B&M family inverted coaster put in there, which seems even more likely now when you got parks like both Busch Gardens parks building family inverted coasters. It seems like they're kind of a more common thing.
yeah,
So,
yeah, for sure.
Not to jump your next week's stuff, but
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, that's not even on the list of next week's stuff, because I think I've actually said that, and that's something that probably won't be my Santa for Cedar Point. So,
all right. Well, back to me. We're just gonna keep going in the same order. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go over to California's Great America, and I'm not gonna be as doom and gloom as you, Carsten. I'm not just gonna say straight up bye. But I do think this is gonna be the first year that we see a coaster close, and I'm gonna say Grizzly, which is sad because I mean us 3 all rode Grizzly at King's Dominion, and it was phenomenal after it got retracked.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's the land of misfit toys out there in California, and they haven't touched that one. And it was pretty bad when I rode it in 2019. Kyle, I think you rode it that same year.
I was gonna say I rode it like weeks apart from you, and it was rough.
Yeah, it wasn't the worst ride in the world, but it wasn't great either. So I think that's gonna be the first one to go.
No, but also in a park that has Gold Striker right next to it, which is a fantastic wooden coaster.
That's a fun ride.
Yeah,
that is a good coaster. Kyle, what do you have next?
Is it my turn again?
It is.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to California too. I'm going to Six Flags Magic Mountain.
Uh-oh.
And goodbye Riddler. Riddler's Revenge.
Oh,
I like that one.
Okay.
Like that one.
Okay. That one was fun when I rode it, but
you actually there was no coaster there that you actually were able to get on?
I know, right?
Oh, wait, I forget we're not allowed to talk bad anymore.
That hurt the what, but I mean, that was actually probably one of the best stand-up coasters that I've actually ridden.
Isn't that the biggest one?
It might be.
I think
I don't know, but
I mean, realistically, now with Green Lantern closing, the Riddler probably just bought itself another few years with parts.
That's true. That's true.
I don't know.
I think that would be a really cool coaster to turn floorless though, too, possibly.
But I don't know if I like that trend so much. I mean, it worked for Rougarou and
they already have a floorless coaster too. By
the way. Like I don't know.
2. They could be the park with 2.
Yeah. Hey, if you remember when Rougarou was announced for Cedar Point, they were marketing it as Cedar Point's first floorless coaster, and then they proceeded to announce Valraven the next year. So,
he leaves. You never know. Yeah.
Oh, I called that in like April 2020. Well, 2015.
Since we're picking on Magic Mountain, I'm gonna go onto that. I was scared that you were gonna actually say what I was gonna say, and I'm so sorry. Everybody's gonna come at me with a bunch of eggs, and I need to change.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
My identity, and Six Flags is losing Superman.
Yep.
Yep.
When's the last time that even ran?
I don't know. I mean, I got to ride it when I went. Obviously not. Yeah. But it was like, I don't know, like
dumb.
It's been so overhyped in my head when I first saw it. So cool, whatever. And I rode it, and it was cool, and it's really cool to hear it like launched on the track when you're not on the ride, but you're just kind of like, oh, that was it. So
it doesn't even go like 400 feet anymore. It's
tired.
Old.
You're gonna have to rip my nerd card away. But I've never been to Magic Mountain, and Six Flags likes to name all of their rides the same thing. Is this a B&M Flyer or is this something else?
No, this is one of those Intamin shuttle tower coasters.
Oh, it's that one. Is this the one that they have their drop tower attached to?
It's like
okay,
it's like 400 some. It's supposed to be 400 some feet.
Yeah. I know. All right, my bad.
Yep.
You have to rip my nerd card away.
Superman and Goliath, like and Batman. I mean, there's like 30 of those things out there. I can't keep them all straight.
Well, think about it this way. It's like, oh, hey, which Goliath are you talking about? Because, Six Flags has like 7 or 8 different legacy parks that,
That's what I mean. Same with Batman,
Yeah.
same with Superman. Like they recycle those names.
Batman and Superman are
lately
disgusting.
though, they haven't been doing that as much, I guess you could say, but they haven't really been purchasing and building big coasters they used to. So, Evan, what do you got?
So we didn't really touch on this news because it was kind of like bad news. We kind of avoid that, but we're gonna go to Knott's Berry Farm and that flat ride spin that just got stuck for like 3 hours with people on it. Yeah, we're getting rid of that. I don't see that thing ever operating again.
I can't remember what coast or no what
that
ride.
That is remember the thing at Carowinds that you and I rode, Electro Spin with the arm?
Oh,
with
yes. Okay.
And I didn't really love it.
Yeah.
And people are stuck on it for like 2 hours. Yeah, we're getting rid of that. It's not right. It's not running again.
I like it. Maybe Gene Staples will buy it.
And they'll sit in Indiana Beach's parking lot for like 3 years.
And then it'll finally get, it'll finally,
yeah,
it'll get installed. So, yeah. Kyle, what do you have?
So this one is probably going to start a war, and it's a war that I'm ready to fight.
Okay.
I'm going to Cedar Point, good old Cedar Point.
Oh, boy.
And I am getting rid of Raptor.
What? Oh,
all right.
Gosh.
I will explain. It is.
Yes, you have to.
When did it open? 94 or something
94.
like that? So what? It's 30 years old almost, right?
It is.
You're going to take it away before it's 30, huh?
Take it away. It's 30 years old. It takes up a pretty sizable plot of land at Cedar Point, which I know everyone always says Cedar Point's landlocked, especially in the front of the park where that ride is. They don't have a lot of room there. Mm-hmm. It had its glory days. It ran its course. But anymore, it's not really a contender for the best invert out there. And sure, I think you could say, well, look at the lines it gets. It's the very first coaster that people come to. You put any coaster there, it's going to draw the same crowd, right? So I don't think that.
Yeah, I mean, if you switch locations with Gemini, it'd be the same story. Gemini
exactly.
would get that kind of crowd.
Exactly.
I agree.
I just think there's better uses for that plot of land.
Wow. Are we going to be able to hear a continuance of this next week?
Next week, I'm assuming that we will all give something to Cedar Point. So next week, I will announce a replacement for this.
Oh, I actually can't wait for that because I'm very, 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 very curious.
My initial thought was, what? But if you think about what Cedar Point's got, and if they have to get rid of one of their best coasters or their, biggest coasters, I can't really make a better argument for anything else besides maybe Gemini.
Well, Gemini, Corkscrew, Mine Ride.
I don't count Corkscrew and Mine Ride as big.
Yeah,
okay.
and another thing to think about too, not necessarily Mine Ride, but like Corkscrew, what are you putting there?
Right.
Maybe a RMC single rail.
One would not fit there.
Yeah.
One would not fit
there. Those rides
there.
are kind of poopy anyways.
Yeah, you're right. What would you fit there? Because I mean, no one's really doing corkscrew kind of coasters anymore.
Well, and that's another thing, right? What are you going to put there? But also, for corkscrew in particular, I know I just got done saying to get rid of it at Carowinds, but also I did say that they're built, they're durable, they stand the test of time.
Yeah,
I don't think corkscrew needs to be taken out right now because it's a good starter coaster, and also what are you going to put there? Versus something like Raptor, that real estate is much more valuable, and you could do a lot more with that than Raptor.
Well, I can't wait for your what you're going to replace Raptor with next week, for sure. I am actually going to be going to so I've got a few things. So it's not like park related; it's actually chain related. I've got two of those. I'm going to save one for later, and then I'll tell you one of them right now. I think that the Haunt / Hollow Weekends goes away and gets replaced by the current form that Six Flags uses, Fright Fest. I think that's more of an attractive name. It's more of maybe a family-driven name per se, instead of like, when I say haunt, people are like, if people don't know the amusement park industry like, you know, us nerds do, if they're like, wait, what you're going to haunt? What's that? Like, I mean, is that something scary to where you say you're going to Fright Fest, then you're just like, oh, okay, you're going to get scared, and it's a big festival and you can just do whatever. So that's what I think is going to happen.
I dig that. I don't know. Like, haunt, just calling it haunt, it's just, I wish they would have stuck more with the Halloween thing, but
yeah. Even
right.
Halloween is like, oh, okay, Halloween, but I don't know. It change the name and change it up and have a bunch of new stuff and everything. So
hey, we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, it's my turn now, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think we're gonna go to Kings Island, and I think this might be a repeat of last year, but I'm still feeling it. We're gonna get rid of Congo Falls, the Shoot the Chutes ride over by Drop Tower.
Oh yeah, that's mine. So take that one off the board for me.
That's what you get for making me go first.
That's okay.
But yeah, I it seems like Kings Island is a park that's definitely working on, I guess redoing a lot of their areas, and Action Zone, God knows, needs it. And where does a water ride fit in Action Zone? Action
Zone has like very little trees, and it's all freaking concrete, like literally. And there's no shade structure. So yeah, I could see a huge revamp, and you know, having like a huge themed over there and something. Get rid of that and put maybe another new coaster or something.
Love,
but
because you already got Bat and Banshee, I'd love, and this is probably getting too far ahead into next week, but
well, you don't know if ChatGPT is going to do Kings Island.
This is true. This is true. I'd love to see like just a like scary, spooky themed area, like incorporate Drop Tower, like, you know, it's Elevator or something, or Demon Drop. Name it Demon Drop for all I care.
Yeah.
Get rid of the Ripcord and Congo Falls, probably even in Vertigo, and incorporate that whole area as maybe an entrance coaster, and just keep the spooky thing, kind of like what Universal's doing at Epic Universe with Dark Universe.
Yeah, that would be
anyways
really, really cool. I dig that 100%. Cal, what do you got?
I'm also going to Kings Island, and it is time to say goodbye to Woodstock Express.
Ooh, you're really ruffling some feathers, I think, this week.
Well,
that's an opening day attraction, sir.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Well, Kings Island's
say goodbye to it.
Kings Island's Camp Snoopy, or I mean, I guess not all of that is Camp Snoopy, but their kiddie area.
No, it's just that little back area.
Their kiddie area is very, 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 very good. Yes. And I don't think Woodstock Express quite sees the popularity it should for being in that area. I mean,
you're not wrong.
I think there's,
you're
there's
not
better
wrong.
attractions to go in there.
Dang.
Okay. All right. We'll see.
Interesting. Obviously, mine was Congo Falls. Basically, you know, getting rid of the water ride. You know, I think that Six Flags and all their legacy Cedar Fair parks, for sure, seem to be on the same bandwagon as getting rid of a bunch of water rides. And Evan, I agree 100% that area needs a huge revamp. It
feels too Paramount.
Yes, I was gonna just say that. I was like, it feels like when you walk over into that area, besides Banshee, you take Banshee out and you take the Bat out. Literally, like you get there and you're just like, oh, this is a Paramount park, right? Like it doesn't have,
but like in a crappy way, like
right? Yes, the gift shops, meh. The Midway and everything is just real meh, because it's like they've got like the Chicken Shack that needs to be re-updated and things like that. And then they've also got like the what is it, the ice cream stand over there that could be, you know, redone, and it's always blocking the line for if you want to go over to Banshee or to go to the Bat or things like that. And the restrooms over there need to be redone. Huge area. I agree 100%. So that's my Kings Island pick. Evan,
all right,
what's your next one?
So, full disclosure, the Six Flags parks I did have Chat GPT pick, I really struggled with because I just don't know those parks as well. But I looked through Six Flags Fiesta Texas like earlier in the week,
Ooh.
or maybe over the weekend, and I was like, oh, they have a boomerang. Good one. Well, earlier this week, they came out and announced that boomerang is getting like a full revamp with a second screen so they could keep running it. So I kind of scrambled because obviously that's not going anywhere.
Definitely.
So I'm saying, with no other reason, just because the rides are an antiquated idea, they're going to get rid of their Larson Looper, which they named Fireball. It is in the park. I don't know what kind of space it opens up for dumb rides, and I don't think they're going to stick around long. Great
America got rid of theirs.
And that was one of the like jumbo sized ones.
Right. It was, yeah. I'm not even going to go into that. With the
I never rode that one.
Loopers and stuff, but
I rode the one at Great Escape and the one at Six Flags New England, and like they're fine, like, but they're not amusement park rides. They're carnival rides.
Carnival, yeah,
and they're definitely not coasters like Six Flags used to say.
A boardwalk park that has like 15 rides, like not, yeah. No, I agree 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle, what do you got?
I am moving to Six Flags over Georgia, and they are losing Acrophobia, their drop tower.
Ooh, isn't that the one that tilts, right?
Yeah, it's like the stand-up drop tower, which is so fun. I've ridden it before; it's amazing. But you're right; it's always broke, and yeah, that's a good pick.
They're trying to cut some cost. I mean, there you go, right there for sure. He just wants to have Busch Gardens down there, be the only one that is cool.
Has a fancy drop tower.
Yeah, especially now that we spent 10 years trying to get it to work, and now it works, and it like works very well. Yeah, we can keep it.
Except when my mom was there, it was closed for high winds.
Well, that's not a park thing. That's a nature thing.
I agree about it. We left Cedar Point to get away from the high winds.
For sure.
Even today, real quick sidetrack. Mako was closed for a while today for high winds.
What?
Yeah,
was it really that windy in Orlando?
We were getting like 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts today.
That's interesting. Wow.
Jesus.
Well, I hate to be the crazy bearer of bad news, but I'm going to Knott's Berry Farm, and unfortunately,
I know where you're going.
Six Flags / Cedar Fair is going to definitely pull the plug on Accelerator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's time. I don't know if it'll be on the Santa list, but if they were to pull that, I feel like they would pull it, but I feel like they would kind of redo it, but like 95% of it being redone in that whole entire area and stuff like that. So that's, Accelerator, bye-bye. Sorry.
Yeah. Before King to Ka was announced, I probably would have been like, no, I think it'll stick around. It has all of Dragster's old pieces.
Yeah.
But then they closed King to Ka, and it's like, okay, yeah. Time to go.
Yeah. Well, plus, I don't even know. Like, obviously, Intamin is supporting those rides and stuff, but they don't even have them listed on their website anymore. Literally, if you go on their website,
been like that for years.
It's. I think it says it's a launched LSM, so it's like they don't even have that category on their website for that coaster. They didn't have it for King to Ka, and they don't have it for the one at Hershey, Storm Runner. So, Yeah,
I get it. I'm not going to disagree. All right. Let's go with Carowinds, and I'm going to get rid of Ricochet, their Wild Mouse.
Ooh.
It's always broke for some reason. I don't know why that breaks down so much. And it's pretty close to the boardwalk area. That's been, it hasn't been the most recent updates to the park, but it's newer, and a good flat ride could fit there.
Man, that coaster, it just is like literally just plopped in the middle of like nowhere.
In a very weird spot.
And then it's like, it's so rough. Like, it's not rough, but it's like very intense on the turns to where literally by the time you're like turning around and stuff, you're like, your side's completely done because of that.
And every time I've been there, and Carsten probably more than half those times has been with you, it's like, Ricochet's open. Let's go over there. And 5 minutes later, it's broke.
Right.
And then 10 minutes later it's open again, and then 5 minutes later it's broke. Like, it never stays open. I don't know. Time to go. Bye-bye.
Bye-byes. Kyle?
I'm at King's Dominion too, and by the way, that's not the name of it anymore.
What is it?
What? No, I said no. I said,
You said
Carol.
Carol.
Oh, my bad.
Not Apple's Apple.
My bad. All right.
Oh,
Okay,
Apples is fire.
All right.
That's Dan.
I'm at King's Dominion.
Okay.
Do you guys like Backlot Stunt Coaster?
Not really.
Yeah, all
okay.
right. Well, we're getting rid of it.
You didn't ruffle my feathers.
Yeah, I'm like,
The theming doesn't work. It's not a special ride. There's 2 more out there. See ya.
All right. Yeah, I mean, okay, maybe this is getting into your next week prediction, but do you agree that maybe they're going to just redo the theming on it to fit with Jungle X, or just goodbye altogether?
2 answers. What I actually think, yes, they're going to redo the theming and they're going to rebrand it as a new ride. I don't want them to do that. I want it to just go. But yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I just don't think you like that coaster specifically in general. I think because you've been to Canada's Wonderland, right?
I have.
Yeah, we had the same discussion I think last year, trying to get rid of the one up in Canada's Wonderland because
I'm sure one of us said it.
I like the one at Kings Island though. Like, it's a must ride every time I go to Kings Island.
That's probably the only one out of all the when it was built when it was Paramount. Literally all the old ones out of all of those is literally Kings Island. And I think Kings Island's going to stick around per se because I think they're getting some new upgrades. Like, they posted pictures of stuff of that during the off season. I'm like, ooh.
I think Kings Island is the only one that actually has like semi-working theming too.
And I think if Kings Island announces that they're going to close any more coasters, all of their fans are going to go tip over the Eiffel Tower.
This is also true.
That could be interesting. I'm going to say the next park that I'm going to is Six Flags Over Georgia, and this is going to be a crazy shock. But I know they've been having such problems with it, and they're just kind of done and tired with it. They're getting rid of the Kids Flash Cosmic Coaster.
That's a good call.
App. They're just done. Who's the manufacturer that?
Skyline.
Yeah, they're literally going to pull out all those coasters because it's just. Dare I say, I say that it's probably worse than Top Thrill 2 because at least Top Thrill 2, you're like, well, we most likely think this is the answer, to where they're just like scrambling and be like, oh, I don't know. Like, could it be the trains? Could it be the track? I've heard them like trying to like transfer trains off and how janky it is and things like that, and having to throw different different handles and things in the different areas, and having maintenance come and do weird things to it. I don't know. I
don't know why those rides are such a problem. And honestly, I wish I would have remembered. Like, that ride is so basic. I wish I would have remembered that Fiesta Texas has one of those, because I would have also said that for them.
Yeah,
but
I know that they've been working hard. Really,
I trust Fiesta Texas before I trust Over Georgia to get theirs running.
It's so cool because like they have a bunch of LED screens on it. It would be
the lighting package is insane.
But the dang thing's not open, so it's like, well.
Yeah, where I was at Over Georgia for all of like 3 hours last year, it was not open.
Yeah, see? I also just went to their website today just to verify, and it said temporary closed. I was like, well, there you go.
All right, I'm looking at yep. Fiesta Texas also says that Kid Flash Cosmic Coaster temporarily closed.
There you go.
Stupid.
Right? What's your next
This one's kind of boring, but I see the trend. So Dorney Park currently is getting rid of an old slide complex to put in a new slide complex that'll be announced any day now. I feel like they're going to get rid of yet another old slide complex in favor of a new slide complex in the coming years, because up until Iron Menace, water park was the only thing that got any investment, and that water park is really, really, really good as it is. And I could see them continuing that trend, but they got to get rid of the old crappy stuff first.
Could see that.
So that's where I'm at.
Kyle?
I'm at Six Flags New England.
Ooh.
And we are getting rid of Houdini the Great Escape.
Remind me what that is.
It's the dark ride, but kind of not really dark ride. It's the ride model is a Madhouse. I don't know what manufacturer it is.
You sit. It's like one of the spinning rooms, and you sit on the sides, and it like tilts. Doesn't Great Adventure have one of those?
Great Adventure also does have one. It can stay at Great Adventure, not New England.
Great Adventure is going to only have that.
Yeah.
That and Nitro.
And a bunch of leftover concrete footers to remember what was.
No, they're just going to have closed sides. They're not even
going to take them down. Oh my gosh. Oh my. All right.
One,
so I'm going to save the big one for last. So my second to last pick is going to be I lost my train. There it is. It's going to be, wow, I totally forgot. Oh, sorry. Six Flags Great America is going to say, finally, I don't know why they didn't do this before. They're going to say, bye-bye to the go-karts. Bye-bye.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And
that's a good one.
I don't have any that's not going to be on my Santa list. They could probably put a freaking nice sitting area that they're going to probably put, or they'll get rid of that and put a nice food location or something. But yep,
that's such a big area of land. Like why? Why didn't they put Wrath of Rakasha or whatever the heck it's called?
Rakshasa.
It makes too much sense. No, we're gonna shoehorn it over by Demon and make everybody. I
heard. I don't know if this is 100% like official, but I heard that supposedly they got rid of like one of the original buildings that was like there since like the park was like built and people were like up in arms. But no, they're just gonna leave the go-karts and just maybe they make a lot of money. I don't know.
I mean, that park gets busy. I've been there on disgustingly crowded days. And the go-karts still don't have a line because they cost like $20 to run.
Right, you just walk by and all you hear is
exactly.
The sound of the carts started and everything. But yeah.
I
don't know. So I was kind of mind blown, but wait till you hear my last pick, and I'm curious what your last pick is.
We got two more, right?
Do we have two more? Did I not?
Yeah, we got two more.
Right? Oh, okay, my bad.
But I was gonna say, I think my Cedar Fair Santa or Six Flags Santa is gonna be Six Flags Great America adds another go-kart track, since they seem to be so adamant about those. Anyways.
Fair.
All right, my second last one, I'm also going to do Great America because this seems like a kind of ride that Cedar Fairs people don't really want around. And that would be the Batman Dark Knight coaster, the indoor Wild Mouse, which I think is the same exact clone or whatever as the Carowinds Ricochet. But yeah, I think we're going to get rid of Dark Knight coaster. We're going to get rid of the big ugly building. And I don't know what they'll put there instead at all, but I think Dark Knight coaster is going to go bye-bye.
I could see that. For sure. Kyle, what do you got?
I am at Canada's Wonderland.
Oh.
Do you like Backlot Stunt Coaster?
I don't know. I haven't ridden that one.
Not that one.
Not anymore. We're getting rid of it.
Isn't that like a really weird spot in that park?
Yes.
It's over by like the water park. Like I think we talked about this
it's over by
times.
a water park and like Mighty Canadian Minebuster, that area.
Yeah.
Like
and
it's just off the beaten path and
right. They're like, we got to fit this coaster here, and then they're like, oh, well,
Well, I'm going there this year, I'm sure, for sure. Maybe.
We'll
see about that.
Plans for that. See what
so I got to get that credit.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. You don't need to worry about that, and you don't need to worry about Flight Deck.
And Fly.
No, Flight Deck's fun there. I like Flight Deck. That's the
SLC.
Yeah.
No, that is oh my God. Flight Deck at Canada's Wonderland was probably my single worst coaster experience ever.
And I think that's which one's the one that's like Iron Dragon?
That's Vortex.
No, that's Vortex.
Jeez, see, I can't remember all these names. Yes, Vortex is fire. Yeah.
Flight Deck is awful.
Are you talking about the one? Is that the one, Kyle, that like you sit in that weird gondola and get strapped in on your belly and go up the lift?
No. That's Time Warp. Flight Deck is their SLC. Flight Deck is like T2, and the one at Michigan's Adventure. It sucks.
Like serial thriller.
For some reason, that's not ringing a bell. I'm sure I wrote it and loved it, but
I'm sure
No,
you didn't love
I
it.
promise you didn't.
I don't know. I liked T3, so.
Ugh. Well,
Right.
this one still has the old restraints and all that crap. Ugh. Anyways.
Fair.
All right, now your second last one, Carsten.
Yes, because I can't count. As everyone knows on this pod, I can't count. But anyway, it's going to be Six Flags. Great Escape is getting rid of Condor.
Which is what?
I believe that's that is a good question.
Wait,
No,
is
I
that
don't-
one of those? It's like a big pole, and then the arms go up, and there's like 4 spinning like carriages.
Yes, I didn't know how to describe it, but yes, it's like almost
I
like
think Hershey Park
Troika.
had one of those.
Canada's
almost
Wonderland
like-
has
It's
one,
almost like
doesn't it?
Troika, but it goes up on a pole and it does its thing up there, kind of thing.
Kyle, what
and
did you
back
say?
down.
Canada's Wonderland has one too.
I haven't been there. It doesn't help me.
It's called like Sledgehammer or something there.
Yeah, so that's just getting the axe, and yeah, I mean it's just old.
Those rides are so old and crap. I'm surprised they even operate anymore.
Right?
I
Yeah.
think Great America still has one. Six Flags Great America.
I
All
think
right.
s- I think so. Your last
My
pick.
last one.
Ooh.
And this one's probably like my most maybe out there. But I'm gonna go to Canada's Wonderland.
Okay.
And I'm gonna get rid of Wonder Mountain's Guardian.
Ooh.
Because they're building Alpenfury in that mountain.
Right.
And I don't think Wonder Mountain's Guardian was as big of a hit as they thought it was gonna be.
I could see that.
And
Yeah.
they're going to decide during construction at Alpenfury that like they can't have this ride in there anymore. And
It
they're
is
gonna rip
always
out.
down. At least when I was there for a few
Oh,
events
really?
and stuff, it
that-
would always be down. Yeah.
That more fuel to the fire there. I don't know. I feel like it's going to like operate a year with Alpenfury, and they're just going to be like something's going to like. I'm not going to say something's going to happen because that sounds bad, but like it's just not going to like they're not going to be able to get to a maintenance area.
Someone's
or
just
something.
Or they're
It's
just
just
going to
not
have
gonna
like a
work
light
right.
bulb moment and be like, you know what? We don't need this coaster here anymore.
Yeah.
Like Alpenfury's got the huge line and this coaster has nothing. Let's get rid
And
of
it's
it.
not really even a coaster. It's just this weird dark ride with. It's dumb.
Speaking of that,
I haven't
really
ridden it yet,
quickly-
but
Speaking of that really quickly, I don't know if you saw the latest video from Canada's Wonderland. They released one, I think, a few weeks ago, showing off the progress of that
Yeah.
actual coaster. I thought like footer's done and
I was gonna
tracked
say,
up
what
a little
ride
bit.
progress?
I'm like, is Siren's Curse gonna beat all these coasters out?
Iron's Curse is going to beat Alpenfury. I'll put
Oh.
money on that.
My goodness, I'm like, what is taking so long? They started on construction like long ago. I mean, I don't know
know.
what's going on with the whole mountain and making
Well,
sure it's secure.
you see, it's because Wonder Mountain's Guardian is in the way. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But like,
That's-
really, it's aside from the mountain bit, it's a very simple ride. It's it's an out and back.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of inversions and stuff, but the structure is out and back. What's
Yeah.
the holdup? I don't get it.
That's fair.
Oh, well.
Kyle, what's your last one?
I'm at Dorney Park,
Ooh.
and we are getting rid of Demon Drop. Bye, Demon Drop.
I think I
Didn't
said
Carson
that.
say that last
I
year.
think so.
And I
All right. You
I'm
can
mad at
keep.
both of you.
Fine, keep Demon Drop. Get rid of Possessed.
Okay.
No, just do 2 for 1. Demon Drop and Possessed. Why not?
Just they have
So-
to lose. They have to lose a big ride just to knock them down a peg. They think they're so big and mighty after their new dive coaster. Bring them back to reality.
I was gonna say after they decided to have a winter chill out last off season, you're like they gotta go down a peg.
Really remind them who they are.
I was gonna tell
Right.
them get rid of Hydra. Now that you got your one new ride, you can get rid of the second newest ride. But no, they can keep Hydra. Get rid of Possessed. It I don't know. Those rides, the holding brake,
That's the original to Jocka Lake. Dang it!
the holding brake doesn't work. The low capacity.
It's funny you say that.
Dumb ride.
It's funny you say that because Dorney Park just posted a photo recently of Possessed, literally, and they were like, "We can't wait for super awesome, cool things to show you and what's to come." So maybe they are gonna show, and they did show a picture of Possessed like stuck in the holding brake. I mean, maybe it's coming back. I love that
Maybe.
holding brake. It was so cool.
Mm-mm. It hurt.
No? It
I
hurt.
like it.
Yeah. It was interesting. The technology that they had to do it was pretty interesting. If anybody
Mhm.
wants to know what I'm talking about, go check out Ryan's ride mechanic on YouTube, and he talks in depth of how that works, which is pretty interesting. All right, so my last pick is going to be, and this is kind of I kind of talked about this a little bit, and I'm predicting that the Six Flags named parks, like actual Six Flags Great Adventure, Six Flags Great America, Six Flags Magic Mountain, all of the Six Flags names in front of the actual park names will go away, and maybe new parks will come out with really, really old retro names that they used to have, or for instance, like, it won't be Six Flags Magic Mountain, it'll just be Magic Mountain kind of thing.
My only question, my only concern.
Yep.
Six Flags America. Are we just gonna call it America now?
No, I want to say, weren't they called like
Adventure World? Adventureland? No, that's in Iowa.
Wasn't it like?
Right, I gotta look it up. I think it's Adventure something.
I don't think it's Adventure. I thought something. It was like, maybe it was like Baltimore, or like Washington, or like Capital. And people on the podcast right now are screaming. They're like, "No, you idiots! It was called this," and we're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you don't remember." What was it called, Evan?
Okay. God, they've had a lot of names. So it opened in 1974 as the Largo Wildlife Preserve.
Oh.
And then the property was bought and named Wild World in 1978. That's what it was.
Okay.
But in 1992, the park was renamed The Great Escape Adventure World after being acquired by Premier Parks, before being edited again to Adventure World, The Thrill Park. Ultimately, the park would be rebranded as the 10th Six Flags Park after Premier Parks acquired Six Flags Incorporated and adopted its name. In 1999, the name changed to Six Flags America, and all associated IP and theming was unveiled for the park's 2000 operating season.
So yeah,
I was kind of right.
Yeah,
I get half credit.
But yeah, so I don't know. I just feel like maybe not all of them, but maybe they'll slowly migrate over there, because I think
they gotta wait for California's Great America to close.
the Six Flags Great Adventure is having their what is their winter fest thing that they have?
Holiday in the Park.
So there's brochures going out that literally don't say Six Flags on them.
I saw that. Yeah,
they're literally saying Great Adventure Holiday in the Park.
See, but here's the thing. Knowing old Six Flags and, most of the people that still run these Six Flags parks, they might have literally just forgot. I'd be honest.
Come on, Kyle. You work in like a PR firm or whatever. Would you forget the name when you're making those brochures, or do you think that's literally
for a reputable company?
Right. I don't know. I think there's enough hoops that you have to jump through and enough things that need to get approved that it wasn't just to forget. Like, someone would have caught that. So probably not.
Yeah.
Okay, it was being funny. I'm sure it was intentional, but God.
All right. Well, that was our episode for the Grinch that stole the coasters and rides from
King of Cock.
Yeah. Unfortunately, King of Cock got stolen before we could pick it.
I can't believe that ride is. I never would have picked that ever.
No, I honestly wouldn't have picked it either. But with the rumors going around and things like that, then I might have been possibly like, you know what? Maybe I could pick it.
If Top Thrill had been a success from day one,
that would have.
I would be like, oh yeah, okay, King of Cock is gonna get the treat. Or I would have said, all right, Great Adventure, King of Cock is going to go, but stick around for next week,
Right.
But
it'll be interesting. But now next week, we've got a big show. We're going to talk about all of our Santa picks. We're going to give back bring in some new rides to maybe the parks that we talked about, maybe not some of the rides that we've talked about. And then also I will have a report from the holiday party that I will be at Great Ohio Coaster Club's holiday party.
Which is always fun because they always have parks talking to you. Kings Island will talk, Cedar Point will talk usually. Waldameer certainly will. Are you doing the behind the scenes tour at Waldameer?
I am, yeah. I'm
good.
I'm gonna take a peek and see what's up. Although there's probably gonna be like 17 feet of snow over there.
It'll be fun.
But,
yeah, they're supposed to get another foot tonight.
Nice. That'll be nice. But
Yeah.
yeah, so definitely look forward to seeing some kind of update with Cedar Point next week that I'll have.
Hint, hint, Tony. Although when this episode drops, it's gonna be party day, but whatever.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but that's okay. That's all right. But, Kyle, anything to add, or do you wanna close this out and we'll be done?
No, I don't have anything to add. That's all we got this week. Grinch was a lot of fun this year. I definitely had a I don't care anymore, just get rid of it attitude. I like that. That's all I got.
Yeah, I always like these episodes. Usually Grinch is a little sad, but yeah, it was fun. I like these episodes every year. See you next week.
Make sure that you share this podcast with all of your friends and your coworkers, and make sure you rate us. Thanks for listening to you guys, and thanks for buying calendars. Holy crap.
All right.
West Virginia.
That's going to do it from us this week. Take it away, Justin.
Thank you for listening to the Rundown on Fun. Be sure to follow us on social media to stay up to date on all things Cedar Fair. As always, be kind to your ride operators, and we will see you on the Midway. Good night.